Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, all subscribers, viewers, and supporters of this channel. We are now approaching the finishing line, the finishing tape, as far as the evaluation of this particular environmental aspects, dirty spill kit, or commonly known as contaminated spill kit. Okay, so before we go on, let me implore all my Muslim brothers and sisters, please do not watch this video if you're already in a mosque for the Friday prayers, khutbah, and attending any religious lessons anywhere in the world by any scholars preaching from books. Thank you very much. I love you for that, and I wish you and all of us Jannatul Na'im. All right, we have come towards that, as I said, towards the finishing tape of the run in the evaluation of the significant impact from this particular aspect, which is dirty spill kits, which is an output environmental aspect of an activity. Remember, what's it? Diesel transfer process. And we are going to do environmental performance evaluation very soon. The details of the EPE, please refer to the ISO document called ISO 14001, which stipulate how EPE is done, what are the environmental performance indexes or indices being used, the indicators. All right. Now, let us recap what is environmental management system. Again, I have before you right now the summarized chronology of the implementation of ISO 14001. And please remember, environmental management system is about managing environmental aspects. How? By fulfilling compliance obligations and addressing risk and opportunities. And what are environmental aspects? They are elements of our organizational activities, products, and services that interact or can interact with the environment, thus causing probable respective subsequent environmental impact. Now, where are we right now? Okay, we are over here. There you are. And for this particular environmental aspect, we are approaching the finishing line. And as you know, we have done environmental aspect identification in earlier videos. Please scroll down through this channel, click that icon thing, round thing, and get through all the list of videos already listed very well by YouTube. Now, we do evaluation. Why do we do evaluation? Because our organization, by virtue of its nature, having various types of departments, sectors, what they call processes, has got a lot of activities. Okay, and each activity and each process are involving a number of environmental aspects. We got to identify them in order to do environmental management system. After that, we got to evaluate which of these environmental aspects are causing significant environmental impact, thereby rendering these environmental aspects to be significant environmental aspects themselves. Once that is done, this company has got the entire tabulation. They know all the processes, they know all the environmental aspects, and after evaluation is done, they are able to identify numerically by the scores, by the figures, which one has got higher scores, and it's up to this company it's up to us to decide which score onwards will be significant environmental aspects. After that, the company will realize what sorts of environmental aspects that they are dealing with. Is it difficult? How tough is it to manage? What is needed to manage? Is it operational control? Is it training for operators, workers? Is it awareness? Is it new instruments, new investment, new control instruments, machines, facilities, etc.? I hope you understand where I'm getting at. So after that is known, the company will understand their position in environmental management and what would be their commitment. Therefore, based on that list of environmental aspects and their position in environmental management, would then they be stipulating their own environmental policy statement, not before that. After the policy has been done, they refer back. They will review again the aspects impact register, get in depth within those aspects, overviewing or anticipating how to manage those aspects, what would be their achievable targets or objectives. Then they would develop their own environmental objectives over here. The top management, the stakeholders, the CEOs, the financial controllers has got to be involved. All managers, head of departments, okay, key personnel has got to be involved in this setting of this environmental objectives so that the awareness is spread. And then to meet this objective, they have got to develop specific targets, so-called environmental targets. Not only that, for achieving or arriving those targets, which is actually the intended outcome as stipulated by the 2015 version of ISO 14001, they have to plan specifically in detail who, do, what, when, and how much, for what target. There you are. This is called environmental management program. Then it's done. And 2015 version 14001 did give this definition of intended outcome. It is said that for our intended outcome in the objective, in the specific targets and environmental management program, be sure that we have included this, an indication towards enhancements of environmental performance, and also the inclusion of the intent to fulfill all compliance obligations, and also the desire to achieve environmental objectives. I hope this is clear. Now, how do we arrive to the environmental aspects as discussed in more detail in previous videos? Please look into that. We have determined some of the major environmental aspects from this particular activity, which is diesel transfer. And in this series, we are focusing on one environmental aspect only, which is dirty spill kits or contaminated spill kit. We have done in previous video diesel, and in this video is the finishing line for dirty spill kit. Okay, and please look at how we determine environmental aspects from this process. You can take a look at this diesel transfer video, and also to understand how environmental aspect causes what environmental impact. Please look at this video, life cycle perspective of diesel. Then you will understand how to look at that aspect from its life cycle perspective and how to determine the associated environmental impact based on life cycle perspective. Not only that, if time permit, inshallah, I will try to show you some operational control procedures if you want it. Just comment below based on these findings, based on this evaluation, and we will relate it with life cycle perspective. Okay, so this is the dashboard. This is the aspects impact register, and we are already discussed with my client is picked from them. We are here in dirty spill kit, and we already have this score. There you are, 195. Diesel scores 84. Diesel as an input environmental aspect, the final score is 84. Dirty spill kit, the final score is 195. How do we get that? You can look at the previous video. Now, in this particular part, I would like to give a concern on this. The risk and opportunity. This is required under 2015 ISO 14001 standard. So we have put here in the dashboard, in this table, for view by top management, steering committee, all concerned personnel, including corporate auditors, including certification body auditors, including other auditors from governing bodies. Show them this. Then they are able to see and appreciate what have you and what have you done and what have your intention been translated. So the risk for the diesel spill kit as an output is increased liability. How is that so? Because one liability is in the cost. Every time this diesel transfer takes place in this company, we have to use spill kit, whereas that particular process is a normal operation. Shouldn't have any spill at all, because flanges, seals, all this has got to be checked by the contractor prior sending it over and pumping it over from the lorries, from the lorry tanks to the factory storage tank. No spill should happen. And there is spill. So there's one increased liability, which is cost, because the company has got to spend more money in a regular basis to buy new spill kits. Number two, the dirty spill kit has got legal liability. There you are. The score is quite high over here. 5. Why? Because dirty spill kits is categorized in this country as hazardous waste, specifically scheduled waste, and has got to be disposed, has got to be stored and managed prior disposal. These are all cost. Storage is cost. Containers are cost. And they have got to pay contractor, licensed contractor by the authority to collect all this dirty spill kits and other scheduled waste out from the factory to a prescribed area or premise, and has got to be paid. These are all costs, and these are all liability, business liability. So something needs to be done. Well, during the meeting, apparently we have come up to be a little bit lenient, but to check thoroughly how the diesel transfer has been manned. How is it done? Is it adequate? Is it complying to its actual procedure. There is an operational control procedure for the transfer of diesel fuel from the lorry's tanks to the storage tank for the factory. That is the opportunity. If it is not really good, then this opportunity will be revised for more detail, more in-depth. So that's how it worked, and all this will be translated into objectives and then translated into environmental management program. Okay, so in this video, we'll take a look at this environmental performance evaluation for dirty spill kits. What have we? Now, I have got to go into the application of the environmental performance evaluation, and please find your time to read the standard itself, ISO 14001, and then you will be able to understand this. But if you need me to do it, just give a comment below, have a request, I'll try to do it for you. Now, these are all information budgeted for routine purchase as consumable. These are all information, and based on this information, we know whether it is a MPI, which represents Management Performance Index, or is it OPI, which represents Operational Performance Index, or is it ECI, which represents Environmental Condition Index. So MPI, or Management Performance Index, is an indication of management support or commitment or management function that would be involved in this particular process called diesel transfer, and for this particular aspect, dirty spill kit. How does management behave? So for the budgeted, look, when it's budgeted, it's a management function. Routine purchase, management function. All right, so management has got one place there, literally. Let me call it that way. And this is for operation. So operational performance index indicate that it is able to perform due to management support. Purchase quarterly is MPI and OPI. User, anyone in the factory can use it. So it's management function and operational performance function. Quantity as per routine, ad hoc PO, meaning there would be a time when the management would approve any sudden request to purchase additional spill kit. That is a good indication for management, so MPI. And also for the operation is able to go on. Quantity is monitored, that is operational function. Outsource in-house training on an emergency response plan included practical use of spill kit. This is good, a good indication of management support. There you are. And operational function. Disposal or dirty spill kit managed by scheduled waste competent person. There is an operational person there to look into scheduled waste. Wow. And that indicates environmental condition. With a competent person, the environmental condition is good because he knows how to handle all this dirty spill kit in a way not to cause environmental impact. Competent person is important. No complaints by workers and neighbors. That's environmental condition. Spill kit is found in several designated areas, meaning commitment for operations, operational function, and environmental conditions. You can say that. And also spill kit checks done under safety committee procedures. That is management function, and also operational function. You may have varying views, but make sure you've got rationale for all of them. So that is a management performance indicators. Based on that, what have we here? So management performance indicators is being defined in this manner to have this rating. Okay, so absolute support is top of the charts. Ignoring against all EMS matter is bottom of the chart. So what have we got here? All the MPIs, which would be MPI for all the data. Apparently 5 MPIs appear, and in that 5 data that we got, 2 is showing good support and fully involved in EMS. You can refer to the previous slide before this. And 4 is showing moderate support and involvement in EMS. So how does it fare? From there, apparently, we go to operational performance indicators. Now, apparently, these are the definitions for operational performance indicators, which is talking about operation of diesel transfer of the spill kits, okay, availability. So apparently, what have we got here is, well, the bulk of it is number 3, overall compliance. So, yeah, so overall compliance, nothing to brag, nothing on innovative enhancement as far as operational index or indicators is concerned. They operate according to specification. That's it, nothing more and nothing less. Okay, fair enough. So how did they score? 4, score 4, and 9 of them, 9 of the data shows 4, so average is 4. Okay. All right, so that's how we calculate it, and we make it simple so that it is not so calculative or statistic. If you got time, you can go into statistics, but no, not for me. I don't think people in a factory where I have consulted them are well prepared to do that. Initially, yes, we could train them, but in practice, doing it, they have got their own duty, and they're working for environmental management as a part-time basis. So this is environmental condition. Apparently, the pollutants are well contained, yeah, as far as the spill kit is concerned, controlled and disposed. Good, schedule waste. So they are scoring like 6 for all the 3 data that we saw just now. So it's 6. How do they fare? There you are. MPI is getting 4.7, OPI is 4.0, ECI is 6.0. What we got to do is add all 3 divided by the 3 levels, indicators, and eventually the score is 4.9. Wow, what is 4.9? Coffee, anyone? For dirty spill kit. So, based on our definition of environmental performance, rating 10 is excellent. Very difficult to get 10 from me and my team. We always look for improvement. Very good is quite often. I saw a lot of people have put effort and they scored very good. Well, it's difficult to get even 1 out of 10 from our team to get 10. But for this company, as far as the environmental aspect, dirty spill kits or contaminated spill kits, they have scored 4.9, which is good. So when it is good over here, do you visualize this? What is this? This is called room for improvement. Okay, so that's what ISO wants to look at. We got to have continual improvement. So there's an avenue over there for continual improvement. So there you are. They're not good. That's it. Is it accurate? No, I don't call it accurate. Is it representative? Yes, that's no rebuts. I know what I did. It has been tested with 17 different types of industries, and for each type, about 2 to 5 factories has been tested, has never proved us wrong. Since 2012, until 2017. That was the last time I do it. So the evolution is since 1999 up to 2009. A lot of evolution through experience, and we arrive at this. And it has not disappointed us at all until this day. There you are. That's the finishing line for dirty spill kit. You got diesel, fair, something got to be done. Dirty spill kit, good. Okay. Now, and yeah, of course, you've got recent opportunity. I'm sorry I didn't copy it over here. I believe you are able to see just now. So there's a liability over here in terms of cost, and also opportunities for them to look into improvement in the transfer of diesel. They got to look into that. And please remember, even though the environmental performance is good, the rating, the score for dirty spill kit is higher, meaning dirty spill kits is a more significant environmental aspect as compared to diesel, which is input, because it can cause more significant environmental impact. So dirty spill kit is worthy to give a priority in its management. I hope you are able to understand that. That's the finishing line. We have crossed the finishing line. So in the next video, I hope to see you in another environmental aspect, which is also an output environmental aspect from the same activity, diesel transfer, smoke emission. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, subscribers, viewers, and supporters of this channel. I'm grateful to be able to do this. So until we meet in the next video, inshallah, I wish everybody assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.